Mommy and Daddy are already fighting.
I hate it when they fight like this.
No,
And they're both drinking.
You love it and you know it.
Oh, look at that! Our stream is not in the Twitter. Well, it does have a Twitter link. What is this? Twitter broadcast? Oh,
That's
you
new.
have to go to a different location. Yeah.
That is new.
I'm gonna make heavy use of the mute button today. I am going to queue up the 2-person view in case I need to cut myself off the stream.
What, you think you're gonna puke or something?
No, in case I need to like blow my nose or whatever.
Hey, Discord. Welcome. Darling data.
That was weird. Always do that.
Alrighty. Are we recording?
We're not. I'm waiting.
As President Konged into you.
That's all right. Jeez. All right. Are you ready, Mr. President? You seem a little preoccupied.
I am promoting the stream on all of the most important social media accounts. Mine. I swear.
What's that?
That's no bueno.
You got music playing? What's going on?
No.
I'm gonna.
Okay, that's better. Nope, no, it's not.
We got echo, you know that, right?
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know, Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John. You know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all.
You're listening to episode 256 of PHP Head Colds. I am your ever endearing host, Eric Graham Johnson, and with me, as usual, are my good friends, Tom Rideout.
Hello.
And John Condon.
Your volume is very low right now for some reason.
Hello.
Not yours. Eric's.
Mine? My volume's a lot low? Uh-oh.
No, actually, it's better. I guess you're talking louder now.
It's just very subdued.
Which is weird. Why would you be subdued on a night like tonight?
It's the eve of Takeover.
No. It's official. It's official now.
Well,
it's
but
midnight
we actually
East...
take over operations. Oh.
It's midnight East Coast.
Oh. That's where it is. I guess technically for the next 3 hours, PHP Arch is not owned by anyone.
Yes, get that domain now while you can.
Well, if you go by Oscar's thing in Discord, it was at UTC, so it's been ours for like almost 7 hours now.
And by ours, he means we're running
6 hours.
operations. Like as much as you can, as much as you can own a community.
You can 100% own a community.
Big news, though. Big news. John and I are very excited about it. We've already kind of been in like, production mode for the last week, and Oscar's been sending us all the articles for next month. So yeah, we're already starting to get a feel for it. But now we have to get our layouts done. We're getting to the point where we actually have to start putting the magazine together. So I'm terrified, but it's more than that, though. It's more than that. It's not just the eve of us running PHP Architect, but it's also the eve of the birth of fellow host John Congdon.
Happy
That
birthday,
it is.
John.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you were
You are
born on the
correct.
East Coast, right? So yeah, technically, it's your
Yeah.
birthday right now. If we're
Exactly.
not going to use that logic.
I'll go with that. Why not?
It has been an absolutely crazy month this past month. I tell you, man, I am so happy to kind of be moving on to this next chapter and seeing where things
There's
go.
there's so many chapters you're moving on to.
Yeah.
New business and is it official? Can we make an announcement on?
I mean, yeah, they accepted the offer, so I guess that's official. I'm moving. I finally got a house, so got my house sold. I and got the offer accepted for the house we wanted. So things are happening, man.
Some palatial estate for the man who has his own company, his own magazine, and his own several podcasts. If I worded it correctly, I could make you sound like a very important person.
Oh,
He does that himself.
I said something in Discord with Oscar, like very offhand. Like I forgot how it came up, but I said I should talk about how I stole all the best PHP brands in a matter of a year.
Yeah.
And Oscar was like, that would actually probably make a pretty good talk. You should think about putting one together.
He actually said a keynote, and you're like, all right, PHP Tech. And then he was like, yeah, you don't want to keynote your own conference.
I'll keynote my own.
I
conference.
would love a keynote that was just how the name Eric Van Johnson became synonymous with PHP, under the assumption that everyone was just aware and like, who is this power player? How did he manage this?
Yeah, I mean,
Kevin, that was rude.
What's happening?
He said if you move, you're taking SDPHP with you. I guess I mean nothing to that community.
Well, when was the last time SDPHP met?
It's not because of me. It's because of a stupid pandemic.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
When we do the PHP Tech, we got to get Harry Mack. We got to get Harry Mack to come to PHP Tech. I think that should be our goal. We'll do a GoFundMe for Harry Mack and to get him to come to Tech for us.
Could you imagine just walking around? He'll sit off to the side of all the talks or in one of the rooms and just freestyle.
We just
whatever the
we just
presenter's
want you to
saying.
single people out and blast them for no reason.
Oh man.
Be careful what you
So
wish
Thomas,
for.
you said we're talking. It's all about us. What about you, buddy? You said you weren't feeling well.
No, whole week, man. Sinus infection has just been kicking my butt, and one of the great things about the work from home game is you don't have a lot of reason to call in sick.
Yep.
I'm sick, but I'm not going to get the cat sick, so I guess I might as well work.
It's like if you're able to Slack me, you're sick. You're able to code. Get to work.
Yeah, exactly. So been keeping really busy and trying to keep the talking to a minimum because it does irritate my throat, which is the part that is all awful.
Which is a nice change. Normally, you talking irritates me, so
Yeah.
kind of changing things up a little bit.
The fact that
How do
it's irritating
How do I
himself.
mute? Which one of these mutes again? I gotta figure that.
Oh, let's not do that again.
But keeping really busy, integrating. One of the things we do is integrate a lot of APIs, and boy, I have seen some of the worst API docs you have even imagined.
Stop reading my docs, damn it!
If he's seen bad docs, I know it's not mine because documentation.
I got a
You don't have any.
no. I got a
You
document.
can't have bad docs if you don't write docs.
I got one that is basically just a description of how a PHP or how an API works, where it just says that there's a field name and then a field value. For example, field name value doesn't tell you which fields the API needs or what the values are possible. It just says, here's the endpoint and here is how you put a field and a value in. I'm like, come on. You can't really be serious. And I sent him several emails like saying, hey, you understand that this is more of a structure of the TCP protocol than it is of an API doc. It's like, this is not useful in any way. And everything that came back to me looks like it was third level Google Translate. So it was in Russian and then turned into Indian and then into English, and it's rough. A lot of APIs that just like, if you send them a bad value, they just die. They don't fail gracefully. And, lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun.
John helped me. John helped me with the PHPUgly bot, which has been broken for the last couple of weeks because Trello decided to change how they did things, but didn't feel it was necessary to update their documentation.
Trello?
To be clear, by me helping him, he means I was on a Zoom call while he fixed it. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
You did too.
I said load it up in Postman so you can see what you're getting back, and that was the extent of what I said.
Yeah. So in this situation, you're the rubber duck.
Yeah, I'm a good rubber duck. Eric likes to squeeze me. What?
What? That went weird. But yeah, it was. So hopefully, I got to move a card to see if it works. I don't know, but I'll know better with show notes as well. But I need some help. I need some advice. Discord.phpugly.com. If you're in our Discord, that's kind of where we do our live chatting with people who are listening to the show live. Yes, people listen to us live around the world. On my dad. I'm in a little bit of dilemma, and I need feedback from my peeps, from my close circle. I'm thinking with what's happening with PHP Architect and in our new role as operations and running that and all that. I'm considering leaning back into Facebook because that is like a very well established avenue to communicate with the community. So
Parler exists. It does still exist,
my dilemma
right?
is, I have no idea. My dilemma is though, like I had curated my Facebook for like real friends, like people I have met in person. I've done things, we've hit bodies or whatever. But it's a very personal like Facebook. So what I want to do is kind of more of like people in the community and build up more of a community base. My question is, should I do that with my existing Facebook or should I create another one?
Just go in as PHP architect, or you deal with Twitter because you have the following on Twitter. I've got the people on Facebook. I already interact with a lot of people in the community on Facebook. We'll do it that way.
Mm. All right. Thomas, you look like you had some input.
No, I won't do either. That'll be my role will be to represent the people who hate Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, you're doing a great job at that. I might add.
Thank you.
How can you hate Twitter?
Oh man,
never-
it's very easy. For example, a tweet from Taylor Otwell this week.
Oh no, I've got a couple of his tweets. Which ones did you not like? Because I have a few of them.
I mean, let me start by saying that you guys called me out as a hater last week. Like,
Don't we do that every week?
Yeah, no, but
I mean, I thought that was well established. I don't remember calling you out. Did we call you out?
yeah, is the question about versioning PHP and how is that different than versioning Laravel?
Oh yeah. That was me. I was all over you on that one.
Yeah, so I've been reflecting on that. Maybe I am a little bit of a hater, but
to be fair, I mean, you're pretty much a hater across the board. It's not just a Laravel thing. It's
yeah. But well, let me ask.
Progress.
Let me ask you guys: why would you use
good
Lumen?
session.
Why would you use Lumen instead of Laravel?
Well, according to Taylor, there probably isn't a good reason anymore with the introduction of Octane.
Yeah,
But yes, it was faster. It was a lot less code than
streamlined.
the Laravel framework. Yeah, streamlined. Yeah. So is that the tweet that upset you?
Yeah,
I have to admit, I was
What?
surprised by the tweet.
What was the
because-
tweet? Because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So the
I don't
tweet
follow
was, I get a fair amount of questions about Lumen. If you need a little speed boost over plain Laravel, be sure that you actually need this first. Then I suggest using Laravel plus Octane. That combination is faster than Lumen. Lumen
does that
being
matter?
a
upset you?
Lumen being a currently maintained fork. I mean, imagine if you bought a car that, it didn't have cup holders because they were lightening the weight to make it faster than the other car they sold. So you bought car 2, and it's harder to maintain, but it's lightened weight. It has a little bit faster engine because it doesn't have the AC hooked up to it. And it's and then the dealer puts out an ad that says, hey, if you like fast cars, the new update to the car that we've been selling is twice the speed of the fast version of the car that we currently sell. You'd be a little I understand the concept of if you're starting a new project, don't use Lumen. But if you've been using Lumen because it's a faster project and Taylor comes out and is like, yeah, no, it's slow now, I would be so fucking pissed.
Well,
I'm going to ask,
why?
where is this hostility coming from? Because I'm pretty sure you've never done a Lumen project.
Yeah. No, that's the problem, is that I got unreasonably hostile about this and realized, it turns out maybe I am just a hater. Maybe that's the core issue.
Good session.
No, but imagine if you were using a Lumen project because it was the faster thing to use.
But
if
things have changed. So what? You
Things
want
have
to keep
changed
Laravel?
things have changed because
Laravel to
Lumen
stay
won't run on
slow?
Octane. Things have changed because he didn't keep maintaining Lumen as the fast branch.
Okay, but it's gotten faster. One, it's not going to be that much faster. Right.
I think it's
Even
going
if
to be
it-
significantly
Even
faster.
even if it is, if you're happy on Lumen, stay on Lumen.
Right, but he's saying don't. He's saying you going with Lumen was probably a mistake from the start because
That's
you
not what
you
he's
trusted
saying.
me.
I think you're reading a lot into that.
That's pretty close to what he's
And
saying.
can't you just And can't you just replace Lumen with Laravel plus Octane?
No, they're divergent branches right now. You can't.
Well,
they're not
no, I
maintained
mean,
in pair.
They're not that divergent. I mean, if you're using Lumen,
This is why you
you're
need
probably-
separation of concerns.
Taylor here
probably
is
are just
saying
doing
5 times
APIs.
faster in terms of framework overhead. So that's how much faster Laravel is now than Lumen because of Octane.
I still don't understand
Laravel and
why you're
Octane.
so pissed.
Laravel and Octane. It's not just Laravel. It's quite the complex setup. You're not just running a PHP application anymore at that point. And is Octane even ready for production yet? Right? I mean, I don't think it necessarily is.
I don't know. And then there's also the comment that was like, also you should make sure that you need performance in the first place because performance is the root of all evil or something like that. Some weird ass comment.
Okay, so we're pretty clear now on the fact that you're not a loving embracer of Laravel. I don't want to call you a hater because I know you too well. I know you don't hate it.
Yeah, cool. Because you know things.
you
know things I actually hate, and boy, that is never allowed to air.
You just enjoy not liking it, and I get it, man. I get it.
It's not Laravel though that
listen,
I don't like. It's the attitude towards it.
Okay, all right, you got me. What's the attitude towards Laravel?
The whole elitist thing, the whole Laravel elites
gotcha.
stuff,
Yeah.
and this
it
like
does seem to be a little bit of a class system, right? But
yeah, and like you know just this like he's not apologizing in any way to the Lumen users who trusted him and installed it.
I really think you're reading a lot more into that tweet than it was there. The
only reason to use Lumen. The only reason to use Lumen is for the performance. That was the whole purpose.
6 months ago, there was no Octane.
Right.
Lumen's been around for years.
But so Octane was developed by the developer of Lumen. It just wasn't implemented for Lumen. It was implemented for Laravel only. And the tweet was not, hey, it's coming to Lumen. The tweet was, nah, I think Lumen's kind of a dead project now.
He said none of those words, but I do agree. I think Lumen might be dying on the vine here.
Yeah.
Shortly. Oh. Okay, but listen, he does do another tweet where he asked for feedback and got an overwhelming response. And I'm curious.
That feedback was immediately created as a PR and pushed into the latest version.
What was the tweet? I want to know what the tweet
was. Should we add type decorations to all properties and methods in the skeleton of Laravel 9, as well as all properties and methods that are overridden in user land, such as eloquent models? And he gave some examples. And he made this a poll. So as of, there's 10 hours left in the poll. So if you guys want to,
that's reasonable.
Apparently the bot's not working here. It's not posted in Discord, but it's right now. It's 83% yes, and I was among one of those 83%, and let's say 17% no. So that's on Taylor's Twitter stream.
You didn't move your card over, so I don't know which one you're looking at.
Be in show notes.
Oh, the bottom one.
I think this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So so that's something you guys can go over. So he's listening to feedback. He's literally asking for feedback. Oh, there it goes.
But can I say this again? Can I say this again? Maybe a 24-hour poll is not the best way to handle changes for the most used framework on the most used language on the internet.
It's type hinting, right? It's not.
No, it's mandatory type hinting because if you extend any of these classes, you now have to refactor to match the type hint of the parent class.
That's true.
So it is not a small change. And if you're forcing these type hint changes, maybe you can't inherit. Maybe you can't have a child class that you had because you were overwriting the type. This is a massive change to the entire framework. And granted, it's for the 9 branch, so that's where you put your
I was
massive
about to say
changes.
that.
But
Yep.
maybe a 24-hour poll isn't quite long enough for something that's used by the majority of websites on the internet.
But it doesn't. The people that care are the ones that follow him on Twitter and will respond.
There
And
you go.
Yes, and you
And
could say
adding-
the same thing
adding-
about PHP, which has like a 2-month voting period.
doesn't. But it's not PHP.
No, it's the most popular framework for PHP.
I
Are
would
you
say
saying
yes.
24?
I
Are you
say
saying
yes,
24 hours is a good amount of time to evaluate this change?
I'm saying you don't have to ask at all because that's the way to go. You should be type hinting on your property.
Absolutely, I agree. I would love to
So-
see a released version of Laravel that had all these type hints to see how hard the upgrade would be for me, like they do in PHP. Because you can't issue a PR or you can't issue a change without matching code for the underlying system. You have to implement it in PHP internals to put it up for a vote. So why
I'm
not?
pretty sure. Can't you pull down beta versions of Laravel?
Sure, but you can't pull down a beta version that has this change in it and evaluate it so that you can vote yes or no on whether or not it's a good idea.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's not implemented. They're just talking. I get it. I
Right.
get it.
So I mean, how hard
But
would
it's
it be
not
to
always
implement this?
implemented on an RFC for PHP either.
It is. RFCs have to have an implementation attached to them.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
At least
I will be.
I haven't
fact-checking that
seen it.
one.
I haven't seen any in the last few years that didn't
I
have
mean,
a branch
they
to merge.
They often have it, yes, because somebody's done it and they want it merged in. But I thought that was the whole point of should we implement this? If
But
it's
you
not.
can't have that conversation about should we implement this without an implementation to look at and compare to other implementations. I mean, should we implement this? I don't know. Will all of my tests fail? Will this be a 10-week upgrade process for Laravel 9? I don't know. I can't pull down a sample. I can't look at how bad it's going to be. I have 24 hours, though, to find out.
No, you don't have 24 hours to find out. You have 24 hours to vote. You don't have to jump to 9.
Well, I'm not, I'm not on.
When 9 is released,
the
you have as
LTS.
long as you want to.
What's the current
make the
LTS
fix.
version of Laravel? Isn't it still 5?
It's not
something?
enterprise.
No, it's not 5. I don't know. I forget to even where to look at that anymore.
Well,
It
so
seems
here's what happens.
Irrelevant.
You know what you should have
5.7.
installed so that when
It
you
is
know what
5.
you should. You know what you should have installed so when you upgrade Laravel to 9, you can tell if things are working.
What? I missed the question. Can you tell I'm sick?
You miss Slack as well.
Honey Badger transforms you into a DevOps hero by combining error, uptime, and cron monitoring into a single, easy-to-use platform. Stop wasting your time tailing logs and deploy with Swagger. Visit honeybadger.io today to level up.
Thanks, Honey
Thanks,
Badger.
Honey
Honey
Badger.
Badger.
Thanks for telling Tom when Laravel 9 breaks his site.
Yeah, so the Slack said clearly, hey, we're going to segue into Honey Badger. And John segued straight into Honey Badger. And I missed it. Just rolled
And
right through
you're
it.
usually the last one to miss it as well.
I
You're
know.
usually pretty dialed in. So yeah, I know you're not feeling well. We're just gonna keep beating up on you though, because I mean,
Perfect.
this is,
Perfect.
Kind of enjoying this.
You guys want a funny story?
I would love a funny story.
Let's lay it on us.
Last week, Eric got me drunk before the show.
He did,
Like-
yes.
Yes, I was feeling good last week. I told you about a client that was having an issue with a DDoS attack. We get off the air, a little after 10:30. I proceed to then get into an ops call and on the phone until 4 a.m.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I may have passed out for about an hour or two. Like literally passed out.
all good
So what came of that?
calls
Is
have
that
a nap period.
all taken care of, or
Yeah, there were some AWS firewall rules put in place, and the person gave up. Like all of a sudden, once those rules were put in place, we can see, oh, you blocked millions and millions of requests, and then all of a sudden they just stopped at like 3:30. Like, all right, we're gonna stop trying because we're not getting anywhere.
How much did they want?
$3,000.
God, that's got to be heartbreaking.
And as soon as
What do
you
you
as soon as you interact with them, they're like sending pictures of kids in a hospital. Like, you got to help me, my son or daughter. You know,
Right.
like,
I mean, imagine putting that much effort into scamming somebody, and they're like, "Hey, thanks for letting me know about the security issue. Bye."
bye,
exactly,
bye.
exactly.
I would have just given them the $3,000 anyways, and been like, "Here, thanks for nothing."
Look at you, baller! You got $3,000 laying around.
No, I don't. I mean, like, if I
$3,000.
were some kind of corporate magazine entrepreneur and owned my own company, I might have $3,000 lying around.
So yeah, tonight's the night. Tomorrow, matter of fact, do it tomorrow, October 1st. I want to see how many new subscribers we have.
You can do it
to
now.
PHP
It's all
Architect.
been all been switched over.
Has it all been switched over?
I told you,
PHPArchitect.com.
PHP Arch. I told you.
Let me see. Architect.
Does that redirect?
I hope so. Yes, it does. PHPArch.com though. John is correct.
Yeah.
We're learning things.
I got it all switched over. Now I got to go through the rest of the list and go update all the services, get addresses and phone numbers, which, by the way, are all new.
Oh!
It's crazy.
What? Tom, you got to show Tom the PHP Architect binder. The binder. Well, the stamp is awesome. This is what getting a lawyer does.
Yeah. So I did everything for Diego Dev as far as filing all the paperwork with the state and like Googling, and I spent like weeks trying to figure out what do we need to fill out, what kind of contract do we need, what gets filed, what do we have to pay. And we decided for PHP Architect, let's do it right from the start and hire a lawyer who had it done within a week. And then you get like this fancy binder, and my wife makes fun of me because we have like the official stamp, like so we can do an embossing of official documents, which I don't know when I'll ever use that, but then I mean he just did a good job of like organizing everything because I'm not organized. And people that own a business and understand this will say I'm stupid, but you know,
I don't think so.
No, like having, I don't know if it's called stock certificates, but certificates for ownership of the business. I've never dealt with any of this stuff, so I was highly impressed.
Which I don't have, mind you. He's the only one that has the stock of the owner. Of the business.
Because it's my name on all the paperwork.
Yes, that's been made very clear.
I mean, isn't the lesson here then? It may seem like you can
probably.
It may seem like you can do it yourself, but it's better to hire a company that specializes in it explicitly.
Yeah,
there you
That's
go.
a great question.
I mean,
it's a privilege to be able to do that, though. I mean, like John and I are fortunate that it's not cheap. I mean, it's not like a $25 deal.
It
no,
wasn't.
I was talking about Diego Dev.
Diego Dev, right? But right,
like Diego Dev,
hiring somebody
websites.
that can do coding, not doing it yourself.
Yes,
I was hearing you.
It was an allegory.
But back when
I thought it was
Diego Dev
great.
first starting, when Diego Dev was first starting, it wasn't an option to hire a lawyer for this type of stuff.
Oh, I know. I was there.
So yeah, this was fun. I mean, it was fun from the perspective of like I felt a lot better about like all the I's were being crossed and all the T's were being dotted, and you know,
or vice versa.
things were being done properly. So it did feel good. It's funny because John and I now are like, we should probably do this for Diego Dev at some point. Like, we're gonna find out we don't actually have a company.
Well, government's been taking our money for years, so I think we have a company.
Very true.
Employees have been taking our money for years.
All right, you want some advice about starting your own company?
I mean, not particularly, but I'm assuming it's hypothetical.
Yeah. I mean, there's the obvious stuff, right? You want to make sure you have the funds to start your own company. It's that sounds simple, but it actually plays into it a lot more, because when you start your own company and you're legitimately starting a company and that's your only source of income, you better plan on not asking for any loans or anything for the next 3 years, because until you hit that like 3-year mark and you can show you have previous years of tax filings as a company, you're not a company. You're just somebody who doesn't work. And I mean, nobody wants to do any sort of business with you. I think we're on year 9 now or something. So it's
Yeah.
We're well established at this point. But those first couple of years, it was like, I think that's when I was trying to get the loan for my solar, and it was pretty much like, no, you're unemployed. I'm like, wait, no, I'm not unemployed. I have a company. Yeah, I know you think you have a company, dear. That's cute, but you're unemployed.
Luckily, when I went to buy my house, we were just at that mark where I had enough tax returns to show steady income. But yeah, they were starting to give me the same trouble when I was trying to get a loan for a house.
Well,
like, I've had 5 other houses. I know how to pay my bills.
one of the problems with loans like that is you look out for specific lenders. But if you use a company like LendFlow, then they handle all the finding lenders things for you. They've got all the lenders listed. They just handle the underwriting and pass it to the lender that matches your company's size and age.
Did Tom just pimp his company? We are strongly trying to pimp PHP Architect this entire show. Please don't interject your company work in here.
My company, Lenflow.io.
That would be the company.
Okay, I won't. Sorry.
I forget what it is they do exactly, but yeah, that one.
Yeah, well, they're underwriters for a number of loan companies. So
I was going to say, is that they don't deal with the end user though, right? If I'm going to buy a house, I don't go there, do I?
You can. We offer a number of services, actually. we operate.
I'm being serious. I didn't know.
Yeah, no,
what you did. So.
Well, we do a lot of different things.
Which is it? Yes or no?
We do. Yes, we do. We do offer services with individual users where you can apply directly through the site, or we offer white label customization services for other vendors who want to offer loans to their companies.
Should I be weary of using your site because of the APIs you're trying to integrate with and not being able to?
No, not at all. We handle all of that. Just get your information, put it in the fields, and then we send you a list of offers.
Hey, Tom, are you in the PHP Architect Discord?
No,
you wouldn't be, because you
I'm
don't
not.
have a subscription. You know how I know that? Because I can look into your soul now.
Because I keep asking you to give me a subscription and you still don't. Just to make me feel bad, I think. I get a little bit emotional when I'm sick.
Hey, you've got John battling for you. All you have to do is write one article. I was trying to negotiate out of that. That was the contract we were getting done today. Was the one that we do with contributors. I thought it was being a little too generous, and I got shot down. So
no, we compromised. We met in the middle.
Did we?
We did. The one you were about to say, we did strike from the contract. So I was like, please don't say it.
Yeah, man.
But if you do want to write an article for the magazine, hit us up. We would love to hear
No,
what you're
you
thinking
don't
about
even have to
writing?
hit us up. You can go to the website. It tells you everything you need to know to write an article. You just write it and send it to us. I mean,
Well,
we could build we need to build our pipeline of ideas. We have one. but-
Yeah.
I hope we
Receiving
have
an
more than
article
one
does
idea.
not mean it will be accepted.
No, we
you
have
don't
one
write the article
pipeline.
first. You send in, you let us know what you're thinking you want to write about. We'll let you know if we would are interested in it. We'll give you a contract. It's all official, very official.
My biggest concern is that I need a headshot, and I just feel very bloated right now.
Well, take a picture of your cat. We don't
Mostly.
care.
It's mostly the fat.
You should see my headshot. It's a cartoon. I didn't really do my real headshot. It's like the one. I have one profile I use everywhere except on PHP Architect. I didn't use it there.
Is it your baseball one from like 30 years ago?
That's the one I use everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
It's not the baseball one that his wife uses. That's a different headshot.
I don't know who that guy is.
I complained about it enough.
There is conversation about Laravel 9 coming up. Have you guys checked out any of the what's new stuff?
I don't use Laravel, so no.
Not.
How do you not? Whatever. Big change is that PHP 8 is going to be the minimum version, which I am very excited about because I am so enjoying PHP 8 right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have a call. We're doing a interview podcast tomorrow with somebody who wrote an article for PHP Architect, which is a very interesting article. I'm actually reading it a second time tonight because I'm like, there was a lot to consume there. But yeah, the idea of them making PHP 8 the minimum version is interesting. I'm wondering, based on that article I read. So it's the Symfony components that are actually dictating that.
Right.
So again, I still wonder why that is, though. I wonder if they're just trying to push it forward, or if there's real concrete reasons why it's dependent on Laravel.
I think the libraries are a huge factor in pushing to the latest versions. Because if you remember back in 4 to 5 and 5 to 7, there wasn't any compelling reason, nobody pushing everybody, so everyone just like, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. I'm happy. It works. I don't need a change. So I think having the libraries help be a force in that way is helpful to the community as a whole. But I do have a question, Tom. You're really enjoying 8. What is it specifically about it that you are liking?
The biggest thing is just all the stuff that we talk about on a sort of regular basis for the last year, like union types and like void return types. And there's none of the stuff that we talk about I can't do now. I can do all the stuff. Match expressions, the spaceship operator stuff. I'm getting into like this concise code mentality. And before upgrading to 8, there were plenty of times where I wanted to do something that was like nice and tight and concise. And then I was like, I can't do it yet. I forgot. And I'm not on 8.1, so I can't really do everything I want to, such as property declaration in constructors, which is like something I'm really excited to do.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
But like commas at the end of function argument lists, so you can treat them like an array, stuff like that. Named types is in there. Not going to use it, but it's there. I'll yell at anyone who I work with who does use it, because I think it's a terrible idea, but it's there. We do have some.
That's gonna be one of those. There's a time and place for it, but
so the time and place that I've found is mailable objects in Laravel, where you sort of, with a mailable object, you build this multi-template functional thing where generates both a text version and an HTML version, and mailables are a very concise class. They sort of handle all of their own world in one class definition. So named types might actually, or name parameters might actually be useful there, but I'd have to see. It's a weird case. There's also a new query builder interface.
Are we talking about Laravel or
in Laravel 9?
Laravel 9.
In Laravel 9.
Okay.
If you are used to using mutators and accessors mutators, I guess not mutators. If you're used to doing what's it called?
I don't know.
Boy, type hinting in your models, or if you have definitions that are like scopes, if you have scopes in your models, your IDE will often fail on trying to figure out what that scope's correct name would be because of the magic box that's in Laravel models. So there's a new sort of in-between interface called Query Builder that merges the Query Builder, Eloquent Builder, and Eloquent Relation stuff. And they're switching from Swift Mailer to Symphony Mailer, which Symphony Mailer I think we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Swift Mailer is dead.
Dead. Although still the same thing, just got a new name for the new version.
Does it have the same? I haven't looked at it. Does it have the same API interface to it?
I believe it's different.
I'm sure I'll be looking at that sooner or later.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric. What are you going to say?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm frustrated because I can fix this, though. Because the little bot's not working, I'm frustrated, but I can fix it. We need live code in this show. I'm telling you, people enjoy watching us live code.
Just in case we hadn't lost enough viewers from me droning on in my monotone sinus voice.
That's not right. I don't even know how to block comments anymore without there you go. That's better. Boom. Oh, nope. Doesn't like that because I need the record. Oh, I suck at this job. I don't know why people
stop doing it while we're recording.
No, I do this. I'll do it live. Do it live. I just don't know why that's not working. That's
how I change Stripe keys and PayPal tokens. Just did it live.
Just did it live.
Don't deploy the site.
I was surprised the site stayed up. I was just waiting for it to get there. We need to get we need Honey Badger on PHP Architect. That's what we need. We need to deploy Honey Badger out there. But yeah, man, gotta get some monitoring. Yeah.
You guys see this thing about Cloudflare's new storage engine?
Yeah,
I did. Storage project.
It's like free. Somebody was saying it was free.
It's close to it.
It's real close. Yeah. It's. I don't understand the terms that are used a lot in this article, because it's an operations thing. I don't do a whole lot of, but they're talking about how there's fees to get data off of cloud storage. It's called an egress fee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's basically your bandwidth fee. You're paying for bandwidth on the way out.
And so Cloudflare's new thing is like, no egress fees, which sounds insane.
It's because they're caching it, right? So
I don't know why. But like they're pricing the storage only, and it's 1.5 cents per gigabyte per month, which is damn close to free. And then like no fees for downloads, which is like I keep thinking I must be reading this wrong or something.
I wonder if it's I didn't read the whole article. I'm wondering if it's S3 compatible. So
It is.
a lot of
It's
these clouds
completely. It's the
It is?
API. The API is an exact copy of the
yeah,
S3
that's what
API.
that's what what's the other thing called that we use? DigitalOcean. That's what DigitalOcean did as well.
I didn't read the article. Is it replacing S3 or is it just a cache front for S3?
It replaces S3.
Oh, so you're actually storing your data with them.
Yeah. Like at my old company, this would save them like tens of thousands of dollars a month, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, man, I'm a fan of Cloudflare. I've moved a few of our DNSs over to Cloudflare, including PHPUgly, I believe, is on Cloudflare. And I started using Cloudflare to tunnel back to my System 76 machine when I'm remote. So I don't need to keep there for a while. I had ngrok running to allow for SSH connection back, because ngrok has the ability to do that as well. But this runs as a service, and it has added layers of security, which I really like. I tell you, I think they are good stewards of the internet, at least from what I've seen so far.
We need to talk after this show because I want more information about that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm here for you, man.
And if you want to listen after the show, all you have to do is join our Discord or become a patron on Patreon.
Or just watch us on YouTube live.
Or
YouTube
Wow.
Live. Subscribe.
Okay.
Subscribe and thumb up it.
No, you have to at least give us some kind of...
Just subscribe to us on
credit.
YouTube. We'll be happy.
Yeah, or
give us
Twitch.
a thumb. Yeah, give us a sub and a like, and we'll be happy.
Yeah, we're no longer running those 8 ads before each YouTube video, so I hope people who complain about that are happy. We're losing 40 cents in revenue because of that.
What? We were running ads before?
No.
It's just making things up. We actually don't qualify to run ads on YouTube. We're just not
even
relevant
close.
enough. Whatever. You're cute. So you guys talk every week. Whatever. Nobody cares.
I got that thing about R2 from the web dev subreddit, which is normally a black hole of fancy CSS and people's portfolios.
Reddit,
but
is it reddit.com/r/webdev?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Let me get over there.
Then why are you watching?
Why? Yeah,
well, just
why
in case, like sometimes something will sneak through, like that announcement about R2 was not on the PHP subreddit.
How do you guys watch Reddit? I'm not a Redditor. I don't know how to even use it.
Just like dig.
Yeah,
I
don't know how to explain it to you. Well, yeah, you're an older man than I am. It's incredible. I don't know how that worked out. For somebody turning 50, I just...
Well, that's what happens. What happens? I think 50. Nowhere near 50.
Nowhere near.
Hey, look.
Really?
I've got 1 karma.
You I don't know what are karmas. I don't know where that's at.
On Reddit, it says I have 1 karma.
I don't know where that is. I don't know what that means. I'm not a Redditor. I just browse it every now and then, see what's going on in the world.
I picked up about 600 karma for a comment about Jesus having been crucified, not hung.
Who says Jesus was hung?
You have to see the original video that the comment was related to.
Where did you see karma at? I don't see karma. Where's that?
Underneath your name in the top right, if you're logged in.
Not for me. It's not.
Huh.
That's weird.
Well, there's multiple Reddits now. That's one of the other issues. There's old classic Reddit and there's new Reddit, and I use classic Reddit.
How do you go to classic Reddit? I'm on that.
I
You're just
use
making stuff up now.
no. I use.
Oh no, he's right. There is a. I have a link that says
visit old Reddit.
Yeah,
What does that do if I click on that?
it's the old style.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this.
So I use a plugin called Reddit. What's it called? RES, Reddit Enhancement Settings, and it defaults to classic because the new version is terrible.
It looks like your Discord agrees with you. Buttery says new Reddit is one of the worst implemented front ends on a major website. That's weird. What don't you guys like about it? I mean, I don't pay enough attention to it, so I'm terrible to judge. But
well, I'm a keyboard-based browser, so it doesn't work as well for keyboarders.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hold on. No. You're not going to slip by. You're not going to slip by with that one.
I use the Vim key settings for Reddit.
What? You
No, I'm not. It's J and K to scroll down and up through posts, which is the Vim.
I mean that works for me. It works the new one, but I also have the Vim plugin on my browser, so it might be that's doing it. So what? I don't understand. Why are you using keyboard bindings to do your web browsing, but something like Vim, you act like it's out of your realm of understanding?
I didn't say it's out of my realm of understanding. I just said it's inferior.
Oh, hey, now, hold on. You're too nice there, mister. If I can't say it, you can't say it.
You say it all the time. You say everything but Vim is inferior.
And I get yelled at all the time.
How do you still subscribe to a subreddit?
You just follow or something?
You open a link for that subreddit, and
join.
there should be on the right nav. There should be a subscribe or unsubscribe button.
If you're in the new one, up at the title, there's a little join and a bell icon, which you can actually. It's kind of like the subscribe and bell icon in YouTube, which you can do for us. Why aren't we supposed to talk about that? I don't know. It seems like everybody talks about it. We don't talk about it enough.
Because it's a terrible algorithm optimization thing. I hate it.
Oh, really? Is that what it's about? All right, nobody's suggesting titles. You're pissing me off, people. Give me a title.
Lots of people have done it, but the bot's not working. I don't know.
PHP is sick.
Well, I did urgent. What I did critical care last week for my teeth, my tooth. So I don't know. I'll come up with something. Give me some show some titles. Discord. Do your job. Crying out loud. Now that we've introduced John to Reddit, we won't be seeing them anymore.
That reminds me. Programming humor subreddit. How did your interviews go? And did you actually?
Oh, right! I forgot about that.
I didn't end up doing it. I could not find anything I could not find anything in the amount of time that I had given myself that was appropriate or match the by appropriate I mean business appropriate or matched the language specifications we were requesting. So I found some stuff that was quite good to ask as an interview question, but was wholly inappropriate for a business. So I guess I hadn't realized how dark the programmer humor subreddit is, because it is starkly dark. Just, when you're a programmer and you're reading it, you're like, ha, I know, right? That's so me. And you realize that you've like upvoted a couple hundred jokes about suicide and bug fixes. You're like, oh, okay. Let's calm that down a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. All right. R2, Cloudflare R2 storage. That I'm going to have to give that a look. I because the editing I do with the podcast, with all the podcasts, I have pretty much the same workflow, but they actually create a lot of files. Audacity creates all those. I don't know if they're raw files or what they are, but they take up a lot of space. So about once a month, once every couple months, I'll do a S3 rsync to a bucket up in S3 and get it off my system and free up some space. I can use S3 a lot more. Like I've considered just completely replacing Dropbox and just using rsyncing with a bucket up in S3.
I've considered replacing a hard drive. I mean, I feel like that application is
and just map it like map it as a drive on your machine. Yeah.
Well, I don't really have files unless it's like a download directory where an app runs or like a temporary video or something. But like, I feel like there should be something that just looks at your hard drive and is like, yeah, you haven't touched this file in a year. I'm going to move it over to an offline storage and just forget about it.
Yeah, like again, S3 has that Glacier thing, which is it's S3 storage, but they're on really slow disk. Just like shut it off on Glacier. Yeah, I would love that. That would be great.
I mean, I feel like it is a missing consumer product. I've had to send my friend a couple, let's say 20 gig files recently. And
let's just say,
and the solution to that was like Google Drive. It's like, it's kind of weird that I can just Google Drive a 20 gig file to somebody.
Yeah.
Like at what point is Google to be like, hey, we know what you're doing and stop.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I know. I'm with you. I like S3. I like those storage solutions out there. I even played around with doing the implementation of Nextcloud, which is like a Dropbox, open source Dropbox replacement, and I wasn't unhappy with it. There was definitely a good feeling about. I mean, as much as I own the servers and I own the disk, it was a good feeling that I was holding on to all my files. Like I wasn't syncing my files to a third party and just assuming that they were being good Samaritans and not doing things they're not supposed to be doing with my files.
You know what just occurred to me? My kid, who's going to beauty school, does a lot of Snapchat and Instagram. We'll call it garbage. Like, once the cameras on phones got to be like 14 megapixel, where like, they're taking 30 pictures or something a day, and their phone is filling up like a balloon of these pictures that are 14 megs each or something like that, and then goes into Snapchat and like gets a filter that downsamples it so that the skin is all smooth and the hair is like not fraying off. Like, just JPEG compress it. Just drop it down to 1.5 megs. It gets the same good effect. You're fine. No one will see that you have pores like a human being.
Thomas, should we wrap up? I think you're looking like you're running on fumes, my friend.
Oh, thank you. And yes, I'm doing great. It's just the lighting in this room that I've been in for 4 years.
4 years. That's going to be one of the cool things about. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I'm kind of torn a little bit. That the house we're in currently is, much smaller than the house we're moving to, but because
You're
of
moving
the
up.
situation. Well, that's one of the reasons.
But he's moving like over an hour away.
Yeah.
So you're moving up and further from John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
You moved much further from John.
Yeah.
I still don't see an hour as being. I mean, didn't you used to drive over an hour to get to work, didn't you, John?
Yes, an hour every day to and from.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I just don't.
I would
see
never
an
do it again.
hour being that big of a deal. I
Well,
mean,
I'll
I
tell
wouldn't
you-
want to
So
do
it's
it.
not-
I
it's
wouldn't
not
want
big-
to do it every day. I wouldn't want to do it every day. Don't
My
get me
kid-
wrong. I'm not saying that.
My kid is trying to get a new job and said they were looking at Party City. And I said, Party City? There's no Party City near here. How far away is it? And they said, oh, it's only 15, 20 minutes away. And I was like, that's an hour and a half of my time per day to drive you to work. And you're going to be working like 5 hours.
Yeah.
You're not thinking at all about the commute times that other people have to account for here because you don't have your license yet. Guess where you're not working? You're not working at fucking Party City.
So, anyways, I was gonna say the new house, I'm gonna have my own office again. So the house where now I share this is a fairly big room. I mean, we're not cramped in here at all. But my wife and I, who my wife also works from home as well, we share this room. And my wife has been very accommodating in not scheduling herself for Thursday nights. There's been a couple of nights we've overlapped, but she has not scheduled for Thursday nights. And so yeah, we each have our own office, so it'll be fun.
That'll be very nice. I very much miss my office.
Yeah, me too.
The whole month that you had it?
The 3 weeks.
8 months? No, it was 8 months or so.
Was it really 8 months that you were in there?
Yeah, yeah.
It felt way shorter than that.
It
I
really
miss
did.
our Diego Dev offices. I mean, it made no sense for us to keep them, especially during the pandemic. But it was, for me personally, and the way I work, it was nice for me not to have this here. It was nice that when I came home, this was at the office. And
So here's a question about that though. What if you got an office again? Would it be the Diego Dev office? Would it be the PHP Architect office? Would you have do you have a conglomerate name that you would work under?
I mean, honestly, at this stage, I don't see. I obviously
You could call it the Round Table.
We love PHP
everything.
Architect. That's why we've taken, we're happy to move this role. But and this is not to toot our own horn too loudly, but I do not see us making the Diego Dev money running PHP Architect. That's not what PHP Architect is designed for.
No. But the brand is definitely a stronger national brand.
I think. Yeah, but people aren't going to come to the PHP Architect offices. People came to the Diego Dev offices because we had clients coming. So PHP Architect won't have. PHP Architect will outreach to groups, but there won't be a thing where I have a meeting at the PHP Architect office.
See, I think you're playing it wrong. I think the brand of PHP Architect is the better brand.
Oh,
so
I completely agree with you there.
So if you became PHP Architect developers, if you ditched the name Diego Dev and became PHP Architect Dev, you double dip. What are you buying? Why is it worth $4 billion? Is it the employees? Is it the brand? It's a question we always ask.
The PHP Architect brand is definitely stronger, and that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to be, ideally, the face of the PHP community. That I can understand why people might have pushback on it, but yeah, that's always been it's always been ran with the best intentions, and it's always been ran with the idea of getting education and community out there and making things easier.
Sure. But have you thought about worst intentions and changing it to Diego Dev Magazine? Right?
Yes, we've thought about it.
I'm just literally playing devil's advocate here because that is the worst possible idea.
Your medication is kicking in there, is it?
That's fading off. It's fading off. That's what's wrong. Medication is dying out and the beer is kicking in.
I think I was told John mentioned got him drunk last week because I couldn't drink, and I was told when I had my oral surgery. Now I was coming out of anesthesia. I had a lot of stuff going through. I had been taking some heavy pain meds leading up to it, so maybe I had misunderstood the doctor. But my understanding of what the doctor had told me was that I wasn't allowed to drink alcohol for a month, which I'm on week 3 now, right? This is week 3 because I missed 1 week. I missed when I had it done, so this is the second week, right? Whatever.
Yeah, this is the end of the second week.
End of the second week. So, so I have a doctor friend that came over, went had dinner, drank some wine, and he was in. He has a nurse wife, and my wife is really in the medical field. She's not a nurse; she works at a hospital. But you know, we're having this conversation, and he was like, "Well," he's like, "I can't think of a reason why you couldn't drink alcohol except for the fact that you're on antibiotics." He's like, "I would say when you finish your antibiotics, I think you'd be fine." Which I was finishing my antibiotics last week. Like that night we were having this conversation.
I can take that one step further because it didn't make it onto the podcast, but I do know what you were drinking instead of alcohol, which was lemonade. And if you can drink lemonade, but you can't drink alcohol, the concern is not about what it's going to do to the surgery in your mouth. The concern is about conflicts with drugs you're taking for pain.
Yeah.
Because lemonade, far worse for your mouth than alcohol.
Yeah. So that's what he was. He's like, I can't think of any other reason except for the medication. He's like, I think once you finish your antibiotics, you should be fine. So
I also wonder sometimes if there are sober people out there who say things like that just to fuck with people who like to drink. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to drink for 6 months. And you're like, you're just in so much pain that he's just laughing to himself. He's like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it.
See, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like I can give it up. I mean, I do I do miss my scotch, but it's not like I have to drink it. It's just, you know, like the night the time John and I went out, I would have liked to have had a beer because he was having a beer. It was actually a is it a microbrewery? That wasn't a microbrewery, is it? It's just like a
it's a tasting room. Not even a tasting room.
Also, it's one of those beers they serve in shot glasses.
Yeah. It's a bar. We'll just call it a bar.
Yeah, it's a bar. It's a beer bar, basically. They might have other stuff, but so I wanted to drink then, but it's like I'm not one of these people where I have to drink every day or anything like that. Fortunately. So, all right. That seems like a weird spot to end the show, though. I feel like I just called you two alcoholics and just like, I'm not like you drunks.
So Thursday night's normally my drinking night, like only. Last weekend I took my kids to Disneyland. Yeah, when you go to a theme park, I think you have to drink. I was just like,
have alcohol? Oh, they do. Yeah. My kids told me that. How sad is that? My kids told me there's alcohol at Disneyland.
Yeah,
I would say the younger the theme park skews, the more you're required to drink. It's like Knott's Berry Farm, 100% got to drink. SeaWorld, owned by Coors.
Knott's Berry Farm. My first time there this weekend with my kids. I got my 7-year-old little scared of everything.
Yeah, that's a fun age because you know what's not scary, so you push it's not dangerous, so you get to push him into stuff that's totally scary.
We're walking around. He didn't want to go on. My 5-year-old and my wife were going on a roller coaster. We were all going to go. We get in line. My 7-year-old don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Like, fine, we'll go somewhere else. We're walking around and we go to get on this, what was a little kid ride. And I'm like, wait, do you want to try this roller coaster or this ride? He's a little nervous, but I got him to go on it. Not realizing while we're in line what it was.
Ninja.
We're the next one to get on it. Like I know it's a roller coaster, and it's one that it goes up to the top and then comes back. And he's like, he sees that top part. I'm like, no, we don't go all the way up there. Like, no.
And that's when the trust issues started.
Now we're in line. We're the next to get on the thing, and I look to the left, and I'm like, oh shit, this does a loop. Like it goes upside down. Do I tell him? No. We go to get on. I can tell he's a little nervous, but we get on, and he already has a noise thing. He's always blocking his ears. So he's holding onto the front with this ear against his shoulder, blocking this ear, and it just shoots us out. And just before it starts, I'm like, buddy, I didn't know this before, but this goes upside down.
Come on. You did not tell him, like, when the seatbelt comes down. Hey, by the way,
I did.
This one crazy scary. My bad. Anyways,
like, I'm getting off. You're
You
already buckled in. You're buckled in. I'll wait for you down here.
You peed before. You peed before we got in line, right? If you pee yourself, I'm gonna hit you.
We get to the end. He's like, and he's like trying to get out as quick as he can. He did fine. He says it was one of his favorite rides now, which I don't know if I believe or not.
Oh, because he has
somehow
he has that feather in his cap, baby.
Yeah, no. The trust issues
somehow,
go both ways now. Now John doesn't believe him, and he doesn't believe John.
But somehow at Disneyland, near the end of the day, I get him onto Space Mountain. And he did the same thing. His eyes are closed all the time, and he's blocking his ears, but I somehow got him to go on it.
Eyes closed doesn't mean anything. This one can't be scary. You can't see what's happening to you.
I'm sure they'll reference those incidents during his court proceedings for murdering all those people.
I don't know if that was funny or not. I'm gonna laugh nervously like it was.
I laughed. I think it's funny.
All right.
The emancipation hearings. Yeah, so one time he told me right as the buckles came down that it was going to be a loop-to-loop ride, and I shouldn't have gone with him.
And I will most likely die. Should you even be getting on those rides, John? I thought there was like a heart condition thing. You shouldn't be doing
So now that I look at you sitting down, you do seem too small to be on this ride.
We got the paperwork. If you die, I'm good now. Just
no, we don't have the life insurance yet, so we're gonna get that.
Oh gosh, we got to get that.
Don't worry. The last time this ride killed a kid, the family was rich afterwards. It's a huge settlement.
Jesus. All right, I think that's it. Are we good? Do we have anything else to ramble about? Because we have not.
We have to thank our patrons. We have to do that.
We did.
We did that.
Oh,
The Patreon thing. I mean, we can do it again. I'm good with that. I do appreciate the patrons. Tony L, Frank, Jeff, Shelby, Ferguson. I can't.
Boštjan.
I don't know. Matt,
are you really?
How many do we have now?
4.
What?
Yeah, this is just a list of some other podcast patrons now.
We just taking other people's.
Yeah.
We use Faker. We just run Faker now and just create a bunch of names.
It's just
right.
for our egos.
Yeah. That's it. I think I'm wrapping this one up. That was episode 256 of PHP Ugly. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
I'm Tom.
Keep it
ugly.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet. Unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. is okay. I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey.
Woo! You gonna make it, buddy? You look beat to death.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
So it was interesting what you brought up about Diego and PHP Architect, because that was one of the big questions we had when we started the whole thing, was whether or not this is going to be a DBA of Diego Dev, where Diego Dev would be the parent company and PHP Architect would just be like a child company. But we decided to, advice of a lawyer and everything, which I thought was great, is make it as completely its own company, so it's got its own finances and all that.
No, I make light, but I definitely understand that there's like a lot of discussion going on around that stuff.
It's hard. When you bring up the PHP Architect having a bigger name, and if that was our development arm, it'd be great.
Well, I'm obviously kidding,
but I mean,
it's valid questions. I think it's valid questions.
I think that would be so weird. That's one of those things that companies do that I always hate. Like when Audacity got bought by that guy, and he was like, "We're going to put metrics in it so I can monetize it," and everyone's like, "No, we love this thing. Don't ruin it."
I forgot about that. Whatever happened to that?
That's they forked Audacity and told him to go fuck himself, basically. But like it feels like that, where it's like if you buy a really trusted name that's not obviously not in it for the money, but they're in it for the community, it would be weird to like change your development group's name to PHP Architect Dev or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, the people who do business with us, they have no idea what PHP Architect is.
Yeah.
Because and we like it that way. We want to be their understanding of PHP and development. But so yeah, it works out. I think it's going to work out really well. It's just
now you definitely can call yourselves the official development group of PHP Architect magazine. That's something that
we're definitely going to use the brand in Diego Dev marketing, because I love this brand. I mean, I'm so happy that of where we're at with it right now. So I'm definitely proud of it. And that's the hard thing about it, is like I don't want to be weird about how proud and how happy I am with PHP Architect, because literally it's nothing John and I did. Like up until today, what PHP Architect is and how important I think it is to the community. And again, this might just be my view of it, but how much it means to PHP as a whole, none of that is anything John and I did. That's all the hard work that everybody else did. So
but you guys have been sponsors of PHP Architect for a couple of years. I mean, you run ads.
I mean, that's just John and I just trying to do more in the community, really.
Yeah, it's community building. It's community building.
We started doing. We've done the podcast for free for years.
Oh, I know the circumstances. I'm just saying.
So it's like, no,
community is community. It's all about that involvement.
Oh, look at your wife posting on Facebook about you did a thing. Your wife posted the house you bought.
No,
you're gonna have to
jinx things, and she's supposed to be in bed. Oh, look at that! Oh shit!
Wow, nice.
Just popped up on mine, John. This is the game we were at where you realized you had that cardiac event.
Is it?
Oh my god!
Yep, I know this day. I remember it, and yeah,
it would have been September 30th. 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Yeah,
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was
Man,
just
that's
talking
crazy.
I was just talking with Spencer about that because we're playing Rocket League, and I told him no, I was playing Rocket League when I noticed it, like when things changed on the Saturday night before that. I was in the middle of playing the game. My wife was out with her friends, and I'm like, huh, that's weird. And Sunday we went to that game that you're seeing the picture of, and I was like, okay, something's just not right.
I remember. I remember when you told me. I'm like, you need to have that checked out. I actually
Yeah.
was very uncomfortable with the idea of you driving home with the kids. I'm like, man,
Yeah. He's a
I've
terrible driver.
heard enough of that. The symptoms you were describing. I'm like, man, I don't want to say what I think it is, but you need to go talk to somebody.
See, the thing I worry about is I have anxiety attacks, and the symptoms are the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, one of these days, I'm going to have an anxiety attack and be like, just brush it off.
Yeah, that's how I do the same thing. I get like, like, do I just need a burp, or is there something wrong right now? Nope, I just had a burp. I'm good.
Well, it's something like 90% of first-time admissions for cardiac events are due to panic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy high percentage.
I tell you, between the house, the PHP architect transition, and my whole mouth situation, I definitely was feeling overwhelmed a couple of weeks ago.
I'm feeling that this week for sure. It has been a long week. I've been sick like this since Monday. This is pretty good. I almost canceled today, but I felt better after a short nap and was like, no, I can do this. And I realized that without me to do the video, you guys would be completely stuck.
All right. I mean, fortunately, it's all web-based now. Oh no, because we still go through OBS.
Yeah. I could launch OBS and just put you in like a 2-person mode. But if I wasn't going to be like working on it with you, yeah. I feel much better. I am not an ibuprofen or Tylenol taker in general.
I am. I live off that stuff.
I really don't like taking medicine like that, but man, the last 3 days has been a godsend. It has been so good.
Well, that's I was just telling Beck actually. They gave me really strong pain meds for my mouth, but I've had this knee issue for a while where I've been getting treatment on my knee, and even though I have the treatment, I still have a lot of pain there, especially when I walk a lot. I've been taking those pain meds, and like I was telling Beck, I'm like, I haven't had any issues with my knees in like since I went into the dentist. Because I felt I've been off the pain pills now for about a week, and I told I was like talking to Beck, and I was like, man, my knee's stiffening up. And I'm like, oh yeah, the pain meds must be exiting my body.
Yeah. See, and that was one of the things is I've never been into aspirin or ibuprofen because I've never felt like it does much. But this week I could feel it like kicking in. It was very tangible difference.
And part of that's because you're older too, right? It's like that. I swear to God, medicine works on you better when you're older.
It does. I took some Dayquil and my nose started leaking really bad, like just running really bad. And I was like, what is this about? And then I was like, oh, right. It's supposed to do that to prevent the headache that's from the sinus part. Ugh. And this is an annual thing for me. Like when it gets to the weather starts doing this flip-flop thing, like right now it's 50 degrees out. 2 days ago it was 75 at the same time. Like that's when I get this thing.
Yeah.
When I was younger, when I was a smoker, it damn near killed me.
Kaylin, go to bed. All right. I'm gonna try to get this one edited because we have another podcast tomorrow.
All right.
So
I'm gonna go. We're gonna go offline. I'm gonna get a beer real quick. I gotta go over one thing with you guys.
Alrighty.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
bye,
Bye.
everybody. Watch it.